attention. This is especially for those who are just beginning learning how to meditate. You may talk to friends who meditated before, and it's the most common form of meditation is to meditate on the breathing. Now, instead of introducing that straight away, you will find that if as a beginner you start watching the breath, it's almost impossible to do because your mind is not ready yet. Ooh, there's a ghost. So it's not ready yet. So before even you start watching the breath, you need to sort of calm down a bit, just to relax, so that the mind can hold the breath without it always running away, and you running afterwards and bringing it back, and then running away again, and bringing it back, and going away, and bringing it back, until you get bored, because it's a very tough thing to do. Not the ghost. Please, I didn't mean to offend you. Thank you for coming. I apologise to the ghost. Yes. So, instead of just fighting with the breath, it's good to relax first of all, to bring up some basic level of mindfulness, which means just letting go of a lot of the past, a lot of the future, learning to be silent, to relax. Because if you do the preparation first, then when you do go on to the breath, it's very easy to do. And it gives people something to focus on. If you are a very good meditator, it means, yes, okay, I'll do it in stereo. If you're a very good meditator, which means if one of these doesn't work, the other one is a backup. As a monk, you have to be innovative. I've seen all these politicians with about 10 or 20 microphones in front of them, so this is quite common. So, see how Laura get away with this. So that when you are watching the breath, first of all, you need to prepare first of all. When the mind is prepared, it's quite easy to watch the breath. And it gives you something to focus on. As I was going to say, before I picked up the other microphone, if you're a very skilled meditator, you don't even need to go chasing the breath. You calm down and eventually the breath comes to you. That's always the way I meditate. I never go looking for the breath. You calm down, make the mind really peaceful, present moment, be silent, and you soon become aware of the breathing, because with your eyes closed, calm down, that's the only thing which is moving. It's silent outside, or no many sounds to disturb you. The body is relaxed, no aches or pains, no thoughts in the mind. The only thing which is moving is the breath going in and out, which is one of the reasons why it is a natural form of meditation. But until you get to that stage, it's okay to go looking for the breath, and when you start to calm down, and focusing on the breath. But the first thing to remember is you have to be kind to your breathing. In other words, never look upon the breath as your slave. And tell the breath, you better come in and go out the way I say, or else. You know, once I tell the story of a woman who received a call from one of her friends. Are you free this afternoon? Yes, I'm free. Would you like to come out for a cup of coffee? We're going to go to Starbucks. Not Gloria G's, not your coffee shop, but the coffee shop which I like. You know, Starbucks. And you're not going to have one of your short blacks or long whites or whatever they call it. You're going to have a cappuccino because that's what I like. And you're going to have the same. You're not going to have a muffin. You're going to have a biscuit because that's what I like. And we're going to sit in the corner. Not next to the window or out on the street where everyone can see us, because that's where I like to sit, in the corner. And we're going to stay there for 1.5 hours, not 2 hours or 1 hour, 1.5 hours is all that I've got. And we're not going to talk about your silly Buddhism, we're going to talk about politics, because that's really important to me. And if somebody said that to you, what would you do? Would you like to go out for a cup of coffee with such a control freak? No. You'd start saying, I just remembered, I've got to go dentist this afternoon. It just slipped my mind. You find some excuse to get out of it and run away. Now you can understand. When you start watching the breath starts to think, oh no, not her again. I'm getting out of here. But imagine that somebody gives you a call. Say, are you free this afternoon? And you think, maybe. Let's go out for a cup of coffee. I know there's this really nice coffee shop you keep talking about, around the back of Central somewhere. Let's try that. You've always been telling me how good it is, and you've always been saying just how brilliant the lattes are there. And I don't usually like that, but I'm going to try what you like, just for a change. And I know you always like sitting out on the street. Yeah, I'm going to sit out on the street too, just for you. And you've always been talking to me about this meditation and Buddhism. I'm kind of interested. Let's talk about what you want to talk about. And we can stay out there as long as you like. Now, if someone invited you for a cup of coffee like that, what would you say? Yeah. You'd ring up the dentist and say, I'm sorry, I can't make the appointment this afternoon. Because when someone is nice and kind, and they're friendly, of course you like spending time with them. And what happens is you go out to that coffee shop and you spend all afternoon there. You get home late because you have a good time. And that's the same if you're friendly with your breath. Hi breath, which way do you want to go in? How long, how short? What do you want to do, breath? And I'll spend as long as you want to spend with me. And if you treat your breathing like a friend, rather than always trying to control it, you'll find the breath wants to stay with you. You sit down to meditation, you start watching the breath, and the breath says, hey, it's you again. Hey, let's spend some time together. Let's chill out together. And you spend a long time with your best friend, your breathing. And that's the general principle for all types of meditation. If you are kind, you stay with the object. If you control, the object runs away from you. So kindness is such an important part of meditation. The last year, I think I mentioned this in BGF sometime, people were talking so much about mindfulness, mindfulness, mindfulness. And myself and many other meditation teachers realized it's not enough. Mindfulness doesn't work. You need kindfulness. Mindfulness and kindness, otherwise known as kindfulness. And you'll now find that in online dictionaries. Someone showed me there's a thing called the Urban Dictionary, where they find words, new words, which are starting to be used often. And that's one of the words which now are in the Urban Dictionary. It gets in there first of all, and gets in mainstream dictionaries afterwards. And that comes from, you know who. You know the other word which is in the Urban Dictionary? It's the word Hopi. Because some time ago I gave a talk in BGF and other places, and I say, well, why do people worry? Why are people afraid? And the reason is because you look into the future, and that's number one, with negativity. When you think what's going to happen next, you think of all the wrong things which are going to happen next, all the bad things which are going to happen next, all the disasters which are going to happen next. So fear and worry is looking at the future with negativity. And if you are going to look upon the future, the best is to look upon the future with a positive mind. Don't ever imagine what's going to go wrong. Imagine what might go right. We call that hope. So my saying is, don't worry, be hopey. H-O-P-E-Y. And that is also a new word in the Urban Dictionary, soon to go into the big dictionaries. Another word created by, you know who, is nothingness. That's great creating new words, hopey and kindfulness. So especially with meditation, please remember, it's not just being mindful, it's being kind as well. Being kind to your body, being kind to the breath, and then the mind doesn't wander away. You ever try to meditate and before you know it, the mind is thinking about all sorts of different things? You don't know how you got there, but you're miles and miles away. Why does that happen? It's because you haven't been kind enough to the meditation object. And it'll run away, it's escaped from you, it's gone hiding. Hiding from what? Hiding from you. That's what it is. So be kind to the breath. Oh, nice breath. Nice breath. You can come in slow, whatever you want. You can come in here if you want to come in here. You can come in here if you want. I don't mind this way you come in and how you go out. It's up to you. I'm just really, really happy to spend time with you. Nice breath. Lovely breath. And if you think like that, the breath stays with you. If you try and force the attention on the breath, that's just like the person telling you what to drink and eat in the coffee shop. You will run away. So please, number one, be kind with the breath. Number two, sometimes people don't know what they're supposed to be watching with the breathing. Am I supposed to be watching the tip of the nose, or the belly, or the mouth? What am I supposed to do for breath meditation? So for those who've never meditated before in their life, or even those who've been meditating for years, I'm now going to introduce this exercise. When I say go, not now, be patient. I know people in KL that are so impatient. When I say go, I want you to close your eyes, breathe in and out 3 times, at the end of the third out breath, open your eyes. Is it very clear? You don't need to change your posture, it's only 3 breaths, and you're sitting. Go. Only 3, don't lose count. After the third breath, open your eyes. Please breathe. So, for those who've never meditated before, or those who've meditated a long time, how did you know you were breathing in and then breathing out 1, 2, 3 times? There is some sensation somewhere in the body, doesn't matter where, which tells you the breath has gone in, the breath has gone out, the breath has gone in, the breath has gone out, the breath has gone in, the breath has gone out the third time. That's the natural way of watching the breathing. I never told you to watch the tip of your nose or your belly or anywhere. I just said breathe in and out 3 times. At the end of the third breath, open your eyes. Everybody can do that. It's not a problem at all. Because you're watching the natural feeling of the breath, rather than expecting it to be positioned in this part of your body or another part of the body. So that's how you watch the breath. One of the first things in meditation is to know what you're supposed to be doing. And this makes it very clear. You're watching the breath wherever it happens to be. And you don't even have to know where it is, as long as it's finished going in, finished going out, finished going in, finished going out. That's all you need to know for the breath meditation. Unfortunately, some people think you have to watch the breath at the tip of your nose. And sometimes you can't find the breath because it's not there. It's somewhere else. Just like today, I'm sure there'll be many people visiting my monastery in Perth looking for AjahnBrahm. They won't find him because he ain't there. He's here in Genting Highlands. Just like your breath sometimes goes missing, it goes somewhere else. It's not where it's supposed to be. It doesn't matter where it's supposed to be. Where it is. That's the most important thing. And your breath is somewhere. You are breathing. If you weren't breathing, you'd be in big trouble. If you can't find the breath, you better call a doctor quickly. You're dead. The breath is there somewhere, okay? They just have to say, am I breathing in, am I breathing out? The trouble is, when you do watch the breath at the tip of the nose, many people complain about headache. I remember the first time I came to Malaysia, I was stunned, I was surprised, Because every meditator, they started complaining about samadhi headache. Samadhi means meditation. I could understand what they're talking about. What do you mean, headaches in meditation? Meditation is what you do to get rid of headaches, not to get them. And for a couple of years, I wondered what the heck people were doing. You know what they were doing? They were focusing on the tip of their nose. And now I'll explain why you get samadhi headache, meditation headache, when you focus on the tip of the nose. I'm going to take my glasses off now so you can see my eyes. And you can actually focus on the camera on the eyes. Now usually you close your eyelids when you're meditating. Now I'm going to focus on the tip of my nose with my eyelids open. And this is what you do. And you can imagine if you do that for half an hour, you are getting ahead. You go cross-eyed. Because whatever you focus on with your mind, your eyes tend to look there as well. So that's a big danger. Focusing on the tip of your nose. The eyes go cross-eyed underneath your eyelids without you realising. You soon get a headache. You can cross here. Obvious. So you don't need to watch the tip of your nose. And anyway, some of you, I know if you've got colds, sniffing, hay fever, whatever, sometimes your nose is blocked. You can't find the breath of the tip of the nose. It's still going in somewhere. So you just watch the breathing, that's all. Am I breathing in? Am I breathing out? How do I know? And you're filling with the breath. And just let the breath do what it wants to do. Going long, it's going short. And to make it interesting at the beginning, see if you can notice whether the gap between the in-breath and the out-breath, when the in-breath finishes and the out-breath has yet to begin. Or the gap between the out-breath and the in-breath, when the out-breath is finished and the in-breath has yet to begin. Which is longer? The gap between the in-breath and the out-breath, or the out-breath and the in-breath. It doesn't matter which is longer or shorter, it just gives you something to do, to be interested in. And also, when you breathe in, is it just the same intensity, just breathe in and then stop? Or do you breathe in and then you breathe in more air and then less air? How does the intake of air change from second to second as you breathe in? What about when you breathe out? Is it just and everything gets exhausted? Or do you breathe out and then the out-breath slowly declines? How do you breathe? And what it does, it just makes it a little bit interesting for you. If that doesn't work, making you interesting, you can also again do a mantra with the breath. Breathing in, passively, breathing out. Oh, right. Not so sure. But no, don't do that one. The much better one than that is, well, you can make up your own mantra with the breath. Well, the nice mantras with the breath is breathing in peace. Breathe out, let go. Breathing in peace, breathing out, let go. Or for those of you who got sicknesses, everyone's sick, some or other. Some of you know you're sick, some of you don't know yet. But it's coming. So you can always breathe in health, breathe in energy, breathe in life. And breathe out all the toxins, all the sickness, all the pain. Make up your own words. Breathing in health, breathing out sickness. Remember, when you breathe out sickness, somebody else is going to breathe it in. It's going to be quite fine. It's all going to be purified on the outside. So that's another way, just to get interested in the breathing. Now what happens with the breath in the present moment, after a while it gets quite silent. There's not that much you can say about the breath. It's actually pretty boring, which is why it works. And after a little while, if it does work, you start to get very still. And all you have in the world is just one breath going in, one breath going out. You become peaceful and still. And, as I mentioned yesterday, what happens when you start to become still and peaceful is your mindfulness, instead of being scattered all over the place, is just focused on the breathing. All the energy is concentrated. All the power starts to build and build and build. And you start to get more aware. In other words, you can see more of the breath. Because like I said the other day, you look in the toilet, I don't know if you had that experience yet on this retreat, and what's in the toilet bowl becomes the most amazing thing you've ever seen. But please don't do that in the public toilets here, because other people are waiting to get in, and you're just sitting there or standing there, wow, wow. So if you see anybody waiting to go to the toilet, going, wow, wow, look at that in the toilet bowl, you know what we're up to now. But what happens is even the breath starts to look beautiful and delightful. It doesn't become boring. It becomes the most delightful thing you could ever see. You're breathing in life, and you're breathing out life. In nearly all cultures, don't know in Chinese or Bahasa, but I always remember in Latin, the word for breath in Latin was animalis. It's where you get the word animal from. It's beings with breath. And in Pali, Sanskrit, it's prana. Ana, pana, sati, pana, atipata, living beings. It's the same in Pali. The word for life is breath. Does it work in Chinese as well? Don't you know in Chinese? Shame on you. So in many cultures, chi, there we go, breath and energy, life. So in lots and lots of cultures, they make this great connection between breathing and being and life. That's why it's such a powerful thing. And when you really get aware, you can watch the breath, you're a friend to it, you don't need to control or grab onto it or attach to it, it's just there. In the same way that you can hang out with a nice good friend for a long time without any effort. You relax, just watching the breath go in and go out. And it soon becomes the beautiful breath, delightful breath. Now this is a stage in meditation I want everyone one day to experience. You are sitting there, just breathing in and breathing out, as happy as can be. And to understand how happy that is, it becomes 12 o'clock, and you hear everyone else going out for lunch. And you decide, no, I'm having too nice a time. I'd rather carry on meditating with my breath than go to lunch. For Malaysian people, that is big sacrifice. Which means it shows you just how lovely it is. You just no competition. You just want to carry on meditating. You're having a lot of peace and happiness. Peace of mind. One of the happiest experience you can possibly have. And also, you find it has huge benefits, health benefits, and other benefits. You don't need to eat that day, because you're having too much fun. And that's only the start of the happiness. So when that does occur, you're having a happy time in your meditation. The breath is so nice and happy, please don't throw it away. Enjoy it to the max. Don't be afraid of happiness in meditation. That's what's supposed to happen and occur. So let it come and enjoy. And then you find the meditation, you can sit for long periods of time, there's no problem at all. Because you're enjoying it. You just want to meditate. Simply because you're experiencing the happiness of a peaceful mind. So that's doing the breath meditation. If you're doing the breath meditation and the breath disappears, you start thinking about all sorts of stuff. it probably meant, you didn't really prepare yourself enough, first of all. Get up and do some walking meditation. I mean, walking meditation, don't get up and do talking meditation. You can talk at other times. You don't need to talk now on your retreat. So try and be as silent as possible, especially when you see other people. If you see other people, before you even open your mouth and talk, you should do the 3 tests, first of all, before you speak to someone. Test number 1, you've got to reflect. Is what I'm about to say really important? And if you consider it is important, then you go to test number 2. Is what I'm about to say really, really important? And if you pass that test, then you go to test number 3. Is what I'm about to say really, really, really important? And if it's really, really, really important, then you can actually speak. Usually by that time they've gone away. Or, as one saying is your speech going to improve upon the silence? If it will improve upon the silence, then you can speak. If it's going to disturb and spoil everything, be quiet. He who knows doesn't say. She who says doesn't know. You can change the gender around if you wish. But that's why the Buddha said that great rivers flow silently. It is the small streams make all the noise. So what do you want to be? A small stream or a great river? Shh. Be quiet. And those who find it difficult keeping their mouth shut, you can ask your organizers for the masking tape. We can put that around your mouth, just with a straw in the middle so you can take liquids. You can be quiet. So please, shh, be quiet. You don't need to speak. You can speak after the retreat. But keep quiet. If you keep quiet, keep silence, you find the meditation goes better for you and for everyone else. So try that. And try the meditation and see how it goes. So now, we've got heaps of questions, so I'm going to try the questions now.